Back at Truett McConnell, we apologize for the technical issues. Bluefield leading 14-7 with 11:45 left to play in the first half. And currently with the basketball, we're in Cleveland, Georgia. The Rams trying to extend their winning record on the year after picking up a win on Sunday. Destiny Tolliver has just checked in for the first time. She's whistled for it over the back call on a missed shot by Mazik. So back over to Truett McConnell. It's a 14-0 run for the Rams, who fell behind 7-0 to start the game. With 11.5 minutes left in the first half, the Rams cruising right now against the Bears. Haskett gets the bounce pass on the baseline, looking to the post and throws it away. Led Johnson a bit too far. Pass goes out of bounds. Rams take over. Turnovers early on for both teams. That's the 5th already for Truett McConnell. The Rams, after not being able to get a shot to drop early on, are now shooting 6 of 14 from the floor. Truett McConnell, 2 of 12. The Rams, one of the better defensive teams in the nation this year. Mazik called for a travel as she stepped through and didn't put the ball on the floor until after she had already walked a bit. Bluefield, the number 9 team in the country this year in opposing field goal defense percentage, and number 11 in total scoring defense. So one of the best defensive teams in the country. Offense has been there sometimes, but mostly not. Tonight, both in the early going. Haskett dribbles to the baseline, pulls up from 18 feet, jump shots off the mark. Smith grabs the board and slowly brings it up court, gives it to Tempest Lewis. Tolliver down the right side of the lane, puts it up and in off the glass. Destiny Tolliver coming off the bench tonight, the Rams' leading scorer this year. Picks up a basket. It's now 16-7. The run is at 16 straight for the Rams. Down the baseline, pump fake, and up with a shot. It's tipped by Mazik, but Hammond is fouled. Rather Tolliver, but Hammond is fouled, and she will head to the line for foul shots to try to end this 16-0 Rams run. Bounces the shot. Her first free throw is good. Second shot, rattles that in as well. So that ends the 16-0 run for the Rams, but Bluefield leads 16-9 with 10:10 left in the first half. Smith works to Mazik on the left elbow. Mazik drives down the lane, puts up a shot, and she's fouled. 2 shots coming up for Mazik as she looks to get involved in the scoring tonight. Foul's called against, I'll get who that is in just a moment. Mazik's first foul shot. It's good. That's the first, right there, the 3rd points tonight for Mazik. Under 10 minutes left to play in the first half. Second foul shot from Mazik, that's in as well. She goes 2 for 2, 4 points so far tonight for the senior out of North Carolina. The Rams lead 18-9, doubling up Truett McConnell. Under 10 minutes left until halftime. Bears looking to get the offense going. Outside, a 3-ball up for Murr. It's off the mark, long rebound, chased down by Murr all the way back at half court. Resets the offense. And the ball, an offensive foul rather, is called against Truett McConnell. The Rams take over. 9:33 left in the first half. Bluefield leading 18-9. Valerie Lebedeva has checked in, gets a pass on the wing, gives it over to Lewis. The Rams are already playing deep into the bench here in the early going. Giving up to Mazik at the elbow, kicks out for Lewis, pump fake, 3 on the shot clock. Lewis pass underneath to Peck, who lays it off the glass and in just before the shot clock buzzer. Abigail Peck, active early, she has 6 points. The Rams lead 20-9 as the timeout is called by Truett McConnell with 9 minutes left in the first half. Bluefield ahead by 11 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams leading 20-9 here in the first half over Truett McConnell. Rattling off the long run, a 16-0 run to help open up the early lead. Coming out of a timeout called by Truett McConnell, getting some subs checking in. Rams break the timeout in a man-to-man defense. It's now swapped over to a zone. Truett McConnell looking for points. It's overall a 20-2 run right now. Back up top, worked around to the left side. Ball goes to the high post for Haskin. Shot clock is at 6, and then she's fouled as she drove the right side of the lane. Foul shots coming up. We'll send Randy Haskett to the line. She's a 64% free throw shooter this year. 109 attempts on the season. She averages 14 points a game and 10 boards a game. Makes the first foul shot. Truett McConnell into double figures. And Haskett averaging a double-double. She's the only Bears player scoring in double figures on average this year. Second foul shot. Bounces halfway in and falls out. Peck is there for the rebound. Abigail Peck has had a good early game. She's got 6 points. And grabbed that rebound off the miss. Lebedeva kicks out to Key. Again, Key traveled. A little bit of indecision. Key took a step. And another turnover for Bluefield. Fourth turnover here in the first half for the Rams. Up by 10, 8-19 until halftime. Pass looking into Haskett. Stolen by Key. Shelby Key all by herself down court. Lays it up. Went right by the defense. 2 points for Shelby Key. And the Rams lead 22-10. Haskett skip pass over to Johnson. Drives down just outside the paint. Fires up a shot. No good. Haskett gets the offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in. And it's back to a 10-point game. Randy Haskett trying to tackle into the scoring early. She's got 5 points now to go along with 3 rebounds for Truett McConnell. The Rams have tasked Abigail Peck mostly with covering her in this game. Lebedeva gets a pass at the top of the arc, goes back over to Key. Key drives left side of the lane and puts in a floater. Dropped it in for 2. 24-12, Bluefield doubling up. Truett McConnell, 7:15 left until halftime. A bounce pass to the high post, kick back out, Shore drives. Ball's on the floor, Lebedeva falls on top of it and tie up as both players were able to fall back on it. Possession arrow gives it to the Rams. Like Murr and Lebedeva, both players at number 4 tonight, falling to the floor to tie up that possession. .704 until the halftime break. Bluefield's leading by 12 points over Truett McConnell. Early scoring from Mazik, Peck, McDaniel, all across the board. Key bounces over to Lebedeva, looking to the post. Abigail Peck backs up, has nothing, goes back up top. Key fakes the shot, goes left side of the lane and trying to find Peck. Threw it out of bounds. Pass was just a bit too tall for Peck. McConnell trying to start chipping away at home against the Rams. Pass to the baseline. Haskett steps through the lane, fires it up off the rim, no good. McDaniel nearly had the rebound stripped out of her hands, and then she's fouled by Murr, who came up from behind trying to tip out for the steal. Whitney Smith checks back in. Tempest Lewis back to the bench. Rams on the floor right now with McDaniel, Key, Smith, Lebediva, and Peck. Key hands off to Lebediva. Over to Smith, fires back. Valerie looking for the post. Pass is tipped, almost stolen away by Haskett, and then the Rams throw it away. Well, Peck made a nice play to get it back, and then when she went to throw it up court, it went right through the hands of Whitney Smith. A backcourt violation as Smith picked it up right in front of the Truett McConnell baseline. And the Bears will inbound from under their own basket. 24-12, 6:06 left in the first half. Hammond is the inbounder, goes up top for Murr. Down to the baseline, backing up, Haskett puts it up and rolls it in. Peg to the left, spun to the right, dropped it in for 2 points. She's getting some scoring action going early. It's 24-14, Rams lead by 10. 3-point shot, Smith knocks it down. Pulled up from 23 feet out. Whitney Smith's second three, it's 27-14. Excuse me, no, that was Smith's first basket of the game. And then a quick answer the other end, a 2-point shot rolls in for Truett McConnell. It is 27-16 with 5:20 until halftime. Key passes over to McDaniel, back over to Shelby Key. Drives down the left side of the lane, pulls up, puts up a 10-foot jumper, off the mark, no good. Rebound, tipped out of bounds by Haskett. Peck came in and knocked it out of her hands. The Rams went on a 20-2 run here in the first half to open up this lead. It's 27-16, Bluefield ahead by 11. Pass almost got away from Key. Key kicks over to Smith into the corner, Lebediva, quick 3-point shot off the mark, rounded off the side of the rim. Now leading the break, Brooks passes off for Murr, 3-point shot, no good. Lebediva grabs the rebound, passes off to Key, who slows down, gets the offense call from Rams head coach Corey Mullins on the sideline. Smith gives to McDaniel on the wing. Back up top, Smith thought about the three, instead goes out to Shelby Key in the corner, fires up a three, and she hit it. 30-16, Bluefield leads with 4:12 left in the first half. Rams lighting it up from outside, and then offensive foul called. Key sets up and takes the charge. Haskett's called for it. And the Rams take back over with 4:08 left in the opening half. Timeout called by the Rams. It's a 14-point lead. 4 minutes left until the break on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back from the timeout, Bluefield 30. Truett McConnell 16 with 4 minutes until halftime. Women's basketball on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Lebediva gets it to the top of the arc, kicks out to McDaniel. McDaniel puts up a jump shot, but it's waved off. A charge called against Lebediva after the pass. Setting up to take it for Truett McConnell. It looked like Hammond got in to set up for it. Now Hammond checks out. Murr comes back into the game for the Bears. 30-16 with 3:55 until halftime. Brooks, the guard, goes over to Murr for Truett McConnell. Down to the baseline, then back up top for Haskett on the floor. Trying to sweep through the coverage by McDaniel. Steps back. Now Murr drives left side of the lane. Nearly had a tip down by McDaniel. Back up top to Haskett. 6 on the shot clock. Haskett has it stripped, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by the Bears. Rams take it. Mariah Mazik checks back in for Jade McDaniel. Stephanie Lambert has checked in for the Rams for the first time tonight. Playing in her 3rd game with Bluefield this season. Lambert pulls up for 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound grab by the Bears. Now Truett McConnell on the break, going from right to left. Brooks fires up a wild shot in the paint. The rebound chased down and grabbed by Haskett. Second chance for Truett McConnell. Off his screen goes Johnson right around Whitney Smith, and then driving Murr puts up a shot and had it tipped out of her hands. It goes out of bounds, stays with Truett McConnell. 4 seconds on the shot clock. It will be Johnson inbounding. Johnson gets it into Haskett. Stepped on the baseline, out of bounds. Rams get another turnover. Tenacious defensive effort has paid off so far in the first half. Bluefield leads by 14. Labadiva goes up to Smith, over to Lambert. Lambert bounce pass into the post for Peck. And kicks it back up top for Smith. Shot clock is down to 12. Lambert has it on the left wing, goes over to Labadiva from deep. 24-foot three-point shot off the side of the rim, and it rolls out of bounds on the side of the court in front of the Truett McConnell bench. Brooke Walford comes into the game, making her first appearance today. The Rams have played now every eligible player on the roster today that traveled for this game. Walford, the sophomore, makes her first appearance. 2:12 left in the first half. Fresh legs on the floor for the Rams, ahead by 14 over Truett McConnell. Down into the post, and it's stripped, taken away by Smith. Alyssa Lawson lost it, and now the Rams in transition. Instead, slow down. Defense catches up. Smith, a swing over to Walford. Steps inside the three-point circle. Bounce pass back up top for Lambert. 1:50 until halftime. Walford, set shot 3. Short off the front of the rim. Rebound back out past the three-point line. It's grabbed by Truett McConnell. Out there for it was Natalie Johnson. Now the Bears setting up the offense to the post. Lawson steps back and knocks it down. Went around Peck, the fadeaway, and it's 30-18. Rams lead has been trimmed to 12. Minute 20 until halftime. Smith sweeps through to defender, goes around to Walford, gives up to Lambert, nearly lost the dribble, gives it back over to Smith. Mazik from the free throw line, jump shot, hits the back of the rim, no good. Rebound out of bounds, last touched by Peck. Looked like she was going over the top of Natalie Johnson. A sub coming in for Truett McConnell as Monica Hammond checks in for Alyssa Lawson. 1:10 until the break. Bluefield leading by 12 over Truett McConnell. There's up to Murr. The top of the arc goes around to Veronica Brooks. Brooks, a bounce pass to Haskett at the top of the key. Stripped out of her hands by Smith. Smith came around from the right side, blindsided her, and took it away. Down to the post for the Rams. Mazik puts up a shot around Haskett, no good. Well defended by Randy Haskett. Rebound to the Bears, pushing across half court. Drive to the basket from Hammond, who puts it up off the glass and drops it in. Rams lead has been cut to 10, and the Rams will likely hold for the final shot of the first half with the shot clock off. 20 seconds until the break. Lambert is the point guard. Gives it up to Mariah Mazik. Now over to Walford. Get the offense running. 13 on the clock. And Smith throws it away. Trying to throw to Mazik. Mazik cut back outside. And now Truett McConnell can cut it to single digits before the break. Over to the left wing. Johnson drives the baseline, and she's fouled by Peck with 2.4 seconds left on the clock. So we'll send, the foul, he's called on the floor. That's just the 6th team foul against the Rams, but it gives Truett McConnell a chance to set up. 2.4 seconds on the shot. Inbound pass will come from Hammond. Hammond throws it underneath, and a foul is called. Smith was tied up with Haskett, and it's against Smith. And now a chance to shoot for Truett McConnell. Haskett will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. That's the second foul against Whitney Smith in the first half. A second and a half, until halftime. Front into the 1-and-1. Off the back of the rim, no good. Lambert picks it up, and Rams do not get a shot off before the break, but Bluefield leads 30-20 after a very fast first half. The Rams a 10-point lead on the road. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to wrap up the first half and bring you second half action. Women's basketball on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Getting set for the second half here at Truett McConnell. Bluefield leading 30-20 over the Bears. Trey Wilson with you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. And in the first half, the Rams fell behind 7-0 to Truett McConnell and ended up going on a 20-2 run to open up a 20-9 lead and then hold on for a 10-point lead at the halftime break. Shelby Key led the Rams in the first half, 4 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 2 from outside overall. She went for 10 points in the first half. Abigail Peck had 6 for the Rams, who shot 12 of 27 from the floor. That's 44%, and held Truett McConnell to 7 of 23, 31%. Bears did bring that up a bit with a late run. First possession of the second half belongs to Truett McConnell. Ball is inbounded for the Bears and down into the post, immediately going to Randy Haskett. She's double teamed, puts up a shot off the mark, no good. Smith gets the rebound and slowly walks across half court. Thought about picking up the pace for a moment, instead waits for Shelby Key to catch up. Key, a chest pass around to Smith. Mazik gets it, drives baseline, kicks out. McDaniel open for 3, fires it up and knocks it down. Jade McDaniel gets the scoring started in the second half early for the Rams. It's 33-20. Bluefield leading Truett McConnell. And a tie-up over on the baseline. Mazik came in and wrapped it up with Haskett. And the possession arrow goes over to the Rams with the jump ball called. Mazik jammed her finger for a moment, shaking it and asking for a second. Now the Rams are ready to go. Mazik gets it into Key. Lead is 13 for Bluefield. Largest lead was 14 in the first half. Smith down to the baseline. Mazik backing up against Haskett, kicks it out. Key fires up a 3 and off the back of the rim. Her first miss from outside tonight. Peck had the offensive rebound, but it's stripped out by Monica Hammond. Bears push it back across half court. Murr slipped and lost her footing, out of bounds off of Murr. The Rams take over. Guarded by Smith, lost her footing. And another turnover for Truett McConnell. The Bears had 13 turnovers in the first half. Rams had only 8. A couple of fouls for both Peck and Smith. Those are the only 2 Rams that really had any foul trouble in the first half. McDaniel fires up a 3 off a feed from Key. It's off the rim too strong and out of bounds to Truett McConnell. 18:35 left. Bluefield comfortably ahead, 33-20. Brooks is running point for Truett McConnell, down to the baseline. A bounce pass for Hammond, guarded by Mazik. Skip pass goes over to Brooks. Brooks swings back to Hammond. Hammond's 3 hits the front of the rim, went short. Key with the board and pushes the tempo in the fast break. Steps back, fires over to McDaniel. Bounce pass to the baseline for Mazik on the left side. Cutting to the basket, Key gets the pass from Mazik, goes up and has her shot blocked out of bounds. Haskett came in and swatted it away. Stays with the Rams. McDaniel baseline inbound. Kicks it out to Peck in the corner. Peck telegraphed a pass over to Smith, and it went off Smith's hand out of bounds after being deflected from Brooks, so the Rams turn it over. A 13-point lead for Bluefield, trying to climb back up the AAC standings. Truett McConnell looking for a home win this evening, but down by 13. Brooks goes down to Johnson. Johnson fires up from the corner and hits the deep 2. There's the first basket of the second half for Truett McConnell. It's a 19-foot 2-point shot for Johnson. Rams lead by 11, 17.5 minutes left in the game. Mazik spins at the elbow, popping out on the baseline. Key fires up a jump shot off the mark. A bit too strong, hit the back of the rim. The rebound to Johnson. And Brooks leads the charge for Truett McConnell. Skip pass over to the wing for Hammond. Back down to the baseline. Haskett, a shot fake, drives baseline and drops in a floater. Nice fake, a nice touch from Hammond as she drops it in for 2. She's got 6 points tonight. Excuse me, from Haskett, she's got 11 points tonight. Getting up near her average for the season. Mazik at the other end, drives the lane, draws contact, puts up a shot, no good. Ball's fought for, and then out of bounds, touched last by Hammond. Destiny Tolliver checks in for Abigail Peck. McDaniel will inbound on the baseline. Pass up to Smith. 15 on the shot clock for the Rams. McDaniel back to Smith at the top of the circle. Shot clock is down to 10. Goes to Key, steps inside the three-point line. Skip pass to McDaniel. Off balance, three-point shot off the back of the rim. She was falling off to the left, and the shot was a bit too far to the left. Rebound to the Bears. 9-point deficit. Immediately down low for Haskett in transition. Puts up a shot, no good. Deflected by Tolliver. Tolliver grabs the rebound. Shovels the pass off to Key, who walks slowly up court, looking to Corey Mullins for the offensive signals. Mazik skips over to McDaniel, back up to Smith, left by herself, looks at the shot, instead gives to McDaniel, who rolls in the three. Jade McDaniel hits another three, and the Rams lead 36-24, a timeout called. Bluefield has stretched the lead back to 12 over Truett McConnell on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back from the timeout, Bluefield leading 36-24 over Truett McConnell. While we have a break, let's take a look at the AAC standings for the women's side. Truett McConnell at the bottom of the league, just a game ahead of Montreat, 2-14 in the league. And overall in the year, 6 of 17. The Rams right in the middle, 7-10 in the AAC, 11-15 overall for the Rams. The struggles have been on the road this year. Bluefield 4-9 away from the Dome this season. Number 9 team in the country, Tennessee Wesleyan, at the top of the AAC right now. 23-2 on the year, 15-2 in the league. One of those losses coming against the Rams. Number 23 Union, who Bluefield will see on Saturday in Barberville, 13-3 in the league, 16-6 overall. Inbound from Truett McConnell, and a whistle for a foul, a reach-in. Smith is calling for a block, and that's Whitney Smith's third foul. Holding her hands up, looking around, didn't think she was anywhere near it. Reinhardt in third in the league right now with a 12-4 record, 16-9 overall. Followed by Bryan, fifth place, 11-5 and 17-7 on the season. Haskett pulls up for a 10-foot jumper from the baseline and buries it. Lead is cut back to 10, and here's the full court pressure from Truett McConnell, and a whistle and a blocking foul goes against the Bears as Hammond bumped into Jade McDaniel. Full court pressure has caused problems for the Rams this year. Any team watching film certainly has seen that. The Rams have given up some leads in the second half once the full court game starts. Bounce pass to Smith in the corner, fires up a three, and she rolls it in. Whitney Smith, a three from the corner. She's got 6, and the Rams lead 39-26. Back down to the block. Haskett backing up on Tolliver. Tolliver holds her hand straight up in the air and is calling for the foul. Tolliver, after the play, she stood there with her hand in the air. One of the officials came over to have a word with her. And now Corey Mullins asks for Destiny to come over and have a word with him on the bench. She's going to stay in the game, standing in front of the bench. Haskett heads to the line for 2, and she hits the first shot. Haskett has 14 points tonight with 6 rebounds now. Her second shot rolls in. 39-28, Rams leading Truett McConnell with 15 minutes left, and here is that full court game defensively for Truett McConnell. Smith rolls around, gets it across half court to break the pressure. Much more patience shown than in recent games. Smith, the sophomore, at the top of the arc. Swings it over to Key on the left side. Key double teamed. Drives over to the right elbow, pulls up for the jump shot, hits the back of the rim and rolls out. Rebound fought for and out of bounds, tipped out by Haskett. Tolliver and Haskett were both there for it. Both had a hand on it, and they say it stays with the Rams. So Bluefield another chance, inbound pass to Key. Backs up to half court, takes a look to her left, over to Mullins on the bench, holding up a hand and giving the signal for the offense. Back around to Smith, down to the post. Tolliver left with room, puts up a shot and rolls out, no good. Rebound to Haskett, and then she's tied up as Valerie Lebedeva came in and got her hands in there. A jump ball called. Possession arrow stays with Truett McConnell. But a nice hustle play, caught Haskett off guard. And Brooks leads the ball across half court for the Bears, down by 11 with 14-18 left. And a double dribble. Brooks picked it up and then kept going, was indecisive, and a very unforced turnover for Truett. Rams take back over. Smith shovels off to Key, back over to Smith, right back to McDaniel on the left wing. Rolled around to Valerie Lebedeva, who drives and tries to kick it down low to Tolliver, has it kicked out and stolen away by Johnson. Lebedeva tried to force the pass, didn't work out. Now down to the baseline, tipped up in the air, the pass from Haskett out of bounds off of Johnson, and it stays with, Truett. McConnell will keep it. Went off of Tolliver. Mariah Mazik back in for Jade McDaniel. Subs rolling in and out. McDaniel has 11 points tonight. She gets a much-earned breath. Quick inbound pass. Jump shot up from Murren. She hit it. Rolled off a screen and hit the 10-footer. Truett McConnell's back within 9 with 13.5 minutes left. Rams not quite putting it out of reach. Truett McConnell very much still in this game. Smith over to Key, down to the baseline. Mazik from 18 feet out, puts up a jump shot. It's an air ball, too strong. Smith gets the rebound and then loses it off her foot out of bounds. Little scoreless drop for the Rams. Truett McConnell is closed back within 9 points with 13:15 left to play. And the ball's taken away by Mazik. Mazik back the other way, lays it up off the glass and drops it in for two. 41-30 the lead for the Rams as Mazik picks up her 6th points of the night. And tipped and stolen by Lebedeva. Another pass thrown away. Rams take it. Off in transition after the turnover. Key drives, kicks out. Smith lines up the three, and it's off the back of the rim, no good. And then the rebound grabbed by Murr. Lebedeva reached in, a foul called against her. .43 left to play in the game. Timeout on the floor. Bluefield leading 41-30 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield leading Truett McConnell 41-30, and the ball thrown out of bounds out of the timeout by the Bears. Hammond looking to get it in the post, threw it into the back wall. And another turnover forced by the Rams defense. Bluefield ahead by 11 on the road. And the Rams Digital Sports Network with 12.5 minutes left in regulation. Lebedeva, a pump fake, drives down the baseline, kicks back up top to Smith. Chest pass over to Key. Key drives down the lane, dishes off to Mazik, steps back, puts up a hook shot and drops it in. 2 points for Mariah Mazik. And it's 43-39, the Rams stretching it back out. Mazik's got 8. Back trying to answer, bounce pass down to the baseline and up and in for 2. The shot is dropped in by Shore. Heather Shore, the sophomore out of Rome, Georgia, just checked in. She gets her first 2 of the game off of the assist from Haskett. Full court pressure from Truett McConnell off of the make, and the Rams break it. As Key guarded very tightly, gives it up to Mazik down the baseline. Extra pass underneath. Tolliver up and in off the glass. Give the assist to Mariah Mazik. And it's 45-32 with 11.5 minutes left to play. Tolliver has 4 points. Rams leading scorer has played limited minutes today, now working hard in the post. Ball looking down low, and it's stolen by Tolliver. Looking for Shore. Tolliver stepped in front of the post and took it. Key on the break, dishes out to Lebedeva, finds Mazik. Mazik skips out to Smith on the left wing for 3. Off the rim, no good, a little short. And Mazik charged with a foul as she came flying in on the side. 45-32, 11-11 left to play. Jay McDaniel comes back in for Whitney Smith. It's a 13-point lead for the Rams in the second half. Skip pass goes across to Johnson. Back to the elbow. Haskett drives the right side of the lane, lays it up off the glass, and it hit the front of the rim and fell out. Rebound to Mazik. Typically a shot you see Haskett drop. Key down to the elbow on the left side. Instead backs it out against the zone defense. She'll wait for the rest of her offense to catch up. Lebedeva to McDaniel, finds Key, bounce pass to the baseline. Mazik puts it on the floor, drives, puts the shot up and under, and she hits the deck as a foul's called. Her shot went off the glass. And fell down to the floor. 2 shots coming up from Mariah Mazik. Mazik shoots 76% from the free throw line this year. That's the best on the team for the Rams, a team that shoots 65% from the season. And she hits the first. Tempest Lewis is back into the game for the Rams, taking over for Shelby Key. Mazik's second foul shot hits that one as well. 47-32 with 10.5 minutes to play. Rams leading by 15 over Truett. That's the largest lead of the game so far for the Rams. A bounce pass over to Lawson on the left wing. Back to Haskett at the top of the circle. Looking down to the post instead. It goes to Hammond, who pops out. Hammond gives it to Haskett. Haskett nearly lost it on the dribble, chases it all the way down to the baseline and is able to corral it back in. Guarded by Lebedeva. Haskett drives to the basket, puts up a shot, and she's fouled. Shot went off the side of the backboard. The foul called beforehand. So Randy Haskett to the free throw line to try to tack on to her game-high 15 points so far. 6'2" junior forward for Truett hits the first foul shot. She's the only player for Truett in double figures in this game. In fact, she has just under half of the points tonight for the Bears. Second foul shot. Hits the back of the rim, no good. Lebedeva with the rebound. Rams led in scoring so far by Jade McDaniel. She has 11. Key and Mazik each have 10. Rams with the ball, left side of the court. Goes around to Lebedeva on the left wing. Up top, Lewis pump fakes the 3. Instead tries to force a pass down into the post, and it's tipped away by Lawson and Stoling. Trying to find Tolliver, back the other way in transition. Brooks puts up a shot, and it's tipped out of bounds by Lewis. She got back down court to play defense and stopped Brooks from getting to the basket. Inbound from Hammond. A bounce pass and a quick jump shot. It's up in the air and falls off the glass for Johnson. 47-35, and it will give Truett McConnell a chance to set up the press again. Lewis creeps up near half court. Ball's thrown to Lebedeva, and she bobbled it. Stolen away right out of her hands by Brooks. Now Haskett off the pass, lays it up, no good. Nothing but the backboard. Lewis got the rebound and a break for the Rams off the turnover. Again, the full court press from Truett McConnell, giving Bluefield some trouble, not as much as they've seen in some other games. Backing down, spinning, Tolliver puts it up off the glass, and it rolls through. 2 more points for Tolliver. She's got 6 tonight in very limited action. Team leader in scoring at 12 points a game this year. Brooks for Truett McConnell, popping out. Johnson fires from 3 at the top of the arc, off the mark, no good. Rebound to Mazik, and she's fouled as she tried to split through a pair of Bears looking to trap her. Hammond and Haskett were the 2 there. Foul was called against Hammond, that's her second. Rams with subs coming in. Shelby Key comes back into the game. And she gets the inbound pass from Mazik. 8:35 left to play. Bluefield leading 49-35. Tolliver pulls up from the elbow. Jump shot off the back of the rim, no good. Truett McConnell ball going from left to right. 3-point shot in transition for Hammond, and she buries it. Hammond catch and shoot, knock down the 3, and it's back to an 11-point game. 49-38. Rams get it across half court. Lewis nearly trapped, gives it up to Key, and Key lost her footing, turned over. Another turnover against the press. Brooks steps back and gives up to Hammond, who pulls up for the transition jump shot just to the left of the elbow, and it's off the mark. And the rebound to Mazik again. The Rams survive the full court press turnover. Sloppy ball handling from the guards for the Rams against the press. And then Lewis trying to get down to the post for Tolliver, and she throws it right into the hands of Haskett. There's another unforced turnover. Brooks back the other way, trying to lay it up, goes off the glass, no good. Key with the rebound, 3-on-2 for the Rams. Key goes to Mazik at the elbow, skip pass to McDaniel. Shot fake, goes back up top. Now everyone's caught up. Key will reset with 18 on the shot clock. Over to Lewis. Skip pass to McDaniel, left wing, back to the top of the key. Shelby Key drives to the elbow, baseline pass down to Mazik, lays it up and in off the glass. 2 points for Mazik, 51-38. Mariah now with 12 on the game. That leads the Rams in scoring after the assist from Shelby Key, and a timeout called by the Rams, by Truett McConnell. 51-38, under 7 minutes left to play. Bluefield leading over Truett McConnell on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield leading by 13 points on the road against Truett McConnell coming out of the timeout. Ball worked down to the post for the Bears. Shot up and deflected by Tolliver. Second chance going up in the air for Truett McConnell is no good as Lawson had some trouble down low with Tolliver, and then a foul whistled in late. Will send Lawson to the line for 2 shots. Foul was called against Mazik. Sends Lawson to the line. Their first foul shot rolls around and falls through. Alyssa Lawson only 7 of 23, 30% from the line heading into this game tonight. Averages 2 points a game on the year. Her second foul shot hit that one as well, so a 30% foul shooter. Goes 2 for 2 from the line to close the gap to 11 points with 6:40 left. Inbound pass to Smith. Rams pushing up across the full court press from Truett McConnell. Smith breaks it, then drops back, nearly trapped at half court. Has to fire off to Key on the right side. Key waits for the defenders to get to her, then drives to the basket, kicking over to Mazik on the left side, puts up a shot, and she's fouled. A blocking foul goes against Truett McConnell. It's called against Blair Stewart, making her first appearance of the game on this run. Sends Mazik to the line for 2 shots. Mazik already leading the way with 12 points tonight. Hits the first. 12-point lead now for the Rams. Mazik is 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Team high foul shooter on the year and trying to stretch that out even more. Her second foul shot, that one's good as well, so make it 6 of 6. Mazik has 14 points and the Rams lead by 13. Mazik has been to the line more than anyone else on this team this year, and it's not close. That last foul shot was her 135th of the year. Popping out for the 3, Murr puts up a shot, it bounces and won't fall through, no good. Rebound tipped around on the floor, and eventually it's tipped out of bounds by the Rams. Maybe 5 players between the two teams got their hand on it before it finally trickled over the baseline. Hammond inbound, skips it up outside the 3-point line for Brooks. Fires back to Hammond, who popped out from the baseline. 3-point shot in the air, off the mark. Key gets the rebound, and the Rams are off on the break. Key backs up and waits for the rest of the team to catch up. Nearly got away with the travel. And she stopped her dribble. Gives up to Smith and then gets it back to set up the offense. Smith on the right corner, trapped, has nothing, goes back to Key, and then a whistle underneath. A foul as Destiny Tolliver hit the floor. And a foul called against Johnson, her second. And 10 feet away from the ball as well. That is the 5th foul against Truett McConnell in this game. Rams lead by 13, 5:38 left. Smith, quick inbound pass to Tolliver, fires back up to Key. A reset. 5.5 minutes left to play. This is a Bluefield team that this year only averages 52 points a game. They've already surpassed that with 5.5 minutes left. McDaniel fires up a 3 and she hit it. 56 points now, and Jade McDaniel's having a huge game. She's got 14. Ball nearly stolen away by Mazik. She tipped it out of bounds. Stepping in front of the pass intended for Johnson. Jade McDaniel has been knocking down shots from outside tonight. The Rams have needed it. Haskett fires up a 3 for Truett, no good. And Mazik is there for the rebound. Mazik's having herself a good game as well. Rams have struggled on the road this year, needed to come and take care of business at Truett. And it looks like they're doing so far. Smith fires up a 3, no good. Mazik, the offensive rebound, tipped and ends up back with Tolliver. And then a foul is whistled against Haskett. And that is the 4th foul against Randy Haskett for Truett. She comes out of the game, checking in for Heather Shore. By the way, the 14 points tonight for Jade McDaniel is the 2nd high on the season for her. She had 18 points against Columbia on the road in South Carolina. Mazik drives down the lane, rolls up a shot, no good, well defended. Stepping over for help on the defensive end was Johnson. Bears on the break. Murr puts up a shot, no good, gets her own rebound at the basket. Second try is no good. And Hammond with the offensive rebound and follow. Puts it up and in. 56-42, 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to play. Mazik skips it back out to McDaniel. McDaniel for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to the Bears, pushing the tempo. Here comes Brooks. Behind the defense goes Murr, lays it up, and it goes in. Off a nice assist from Brooks, and here's the full court press, again from Truett. Smith gets it across half court, and a timeout called right in front of the bench by Corey Mullins. Truett's closed it back to 12. 3:52 left to play. The Rams lead 56-44 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield leading Truett McConnell 56-44 with under 4 minutes left. Rams coming out of their own timeout. Smith with the basketball. Gives up to Lebediva. Defensive pressure extended out past the three-point line as Truett's trying to set up the trap, and then a whistle for a foul. As Hammond tried to set up for the charge, instead she's called for a block as Lebediva bounced off of her. Now Valerie will head to the line for a 1-and-1. That's the third foul against Hammond. 1-and-1 for the Rams. Valerie Lebediva is 7 of 8 from the line this year, 88%. And she rolls in the first, got the shooter's roll, hit the back of the rim, and it fell through. For Valerie, that's her first point of the game. Her second foul shot rattles in. 2 for 2 from the line for Lebediva. The Rams lead 58-44, 3:40 left. Brooks skips it over to Shore and then gets it back on the right wing. Shore down to the block, gets the pass, double team, kicked back out. Worked around to the left wing for Johnson. Truett McConnell with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson hands off back to Hammond, drives in the double team, throws up a wild shot, and she's fouled on the way up. Shot was no good, but 2 shots coming up for Hammond. Didn't see who the foul was against. Hammond's first foul shot. It's good. Hammond's got 7 points tonight. Truett McConnell sticking around, down by 13, but running out of time. 3:18 left to play. Peck was back in for a very brief moment there. Now she comes back out as Mariah Mazik checks back in. Rams have Lebediva, Smith, McDaniel, Mazik, and Tolliver on the floor. Second foul shot for Hammond. Rolls out, no good. Tolliver jumps up for the rebound. 3:15 left. Smith in no hurry to get across half court. Throws up court to Tolliver, and Tolliver falling to the floor, and a foul is whistled against Hammond. And I believe that's the 5th on Hammond. Yeah, that's 4 on Hammond. And it sends Tolliver to the line for a 1-and-1. Destiny Tolliver tonight has 6 points. Her first shot, the front end of the 1-and-1, is off the mark. Shore with the rebound, and now a chance for Truett to cut it back. 3 would bring it back to a 10-point game. And their best player sitting on the bench with foul trouble. 3-point shot up in the air from Hammond, no good. Another from Murr, no good. Hammond gets the offensive rebound. Her putback's no good, and Smith comes in to grab the defensive rebound, her 9th board of the game. Walks up across half court, skips over to Mazik, down in the corner, wide open. McDaniel throws up a 3, and she hit it. The 5th three-pointer of the night, hit by Jade McDaniel. She's got 17, one off a career high, and the Rams lead 61-45. Ball went out of bounds, and last touched by the Rams on a tipped pass. Haskett comes back in for Truett with 2:28 left and in foul trouble. But in bigger trouble, and a whistle as a travel is called against Murr. She picked it up and slid her foot. So another turnover for Truett McConnell. That's the 20th turnover of the game for the Bears. Pass forced up court by Smith, and it's taken away, stolen by Johnson, but then Johnson went to pass it and it went out of bounds. She hit Hammond in the back and it went out of bounds on the far sideline. Missed opportunity for the Bears. Still setting up with full court pressure. Hammond heads back to the bench. It's Brooks, Murr, Johnson, Haskett on the floor for Truett. Lebedeva gets it across half court, skips a pass over to Smith. Smith down to the baseline for Tolliver. Tolliver puts up a shot, no good. And the rebound snatched by Johnson. Pushing the tempo, ball goes up to Murr, and it's thrown out of bounds. Turnover for Truett. Pass was too high, Murr couldn't get to it. It was also behind her a bit. Momentum carrying her the wrong direction. 2 minutes left. Don't forget men's basketball action coming up here on the Rams Digital Sports Network at 7:30 scheduled start time. Mazik down to the baseline, finds Tolliver. Tolliver is fouled on the way up from behind by Johnson. And it will send Destiny Tolliver to the line. Tolliver's having a good senior year, an improved player, averaging 12.5 points per game, nearly 12 rebounds per game. A couple of Player of the Week awards. Likely an all-conference player for the Rams this year. Her first foul shot. It's good. An off night tonight for Tolliver, really because she hasn't played much. Been out of the game with her, really she didn't start tonight. Abigail Peck started in her place. And Tolliver has played some limited minutes. She still has 7 points and 4 rebounds. Looking for an 8th. Spins the basketball, and the jump free throw shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Truett McConnell. Minute and 40 left in the game. Bears down, driving to the basket, laying it up and in. It drops. I think that was Alyssa Lawson who got it to go, and it's 62-47. Rams ahead by 13, make that 15 with a minute and 20 left. Truett McConnell still in the full court defense. Lebedeva off of the defender, and she threw it away. Threw it right into the hands of Lawson. The steal, transition, looking underneath. Ball's on the floor. Haskett trying to pick it up, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Tolliver, who hit the floor trying to get it. Stephanie Lambert's back in the game for the Rams, as well as Brooke Walford. 1:07 left to play. Rams look like they're going to escape with a road win tonight, which would be huge the way this season has gone. The shot is up, and it's knocked down, a three-pointer. It's 62-50. 1 minute left to play. Mazik dribbles through the trap and gets across half court. Stephanie Lambert fires up a 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Tolliver the offensive rebound, and she lost it on her own. Had some contact. The ball comes into the hands of Haskett. Works it up court for Murr, puts up the layup, it rolls out, no good. Rebound in the air for Haskett, and she's fouled on the way back up, trying to put it back. The Rams are just 4-9 away from the Dome this year, looking to improve to 5-9 in road games this year. First foul shot from Haskett is good. With 30 seconds left and an 11-point lead likely to happen. Second foul shot's no good. Tolliver picks it up. And with about a half-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock, Lambert dribbles around past half court, and Mazik waits back on it. Lebedeva holds it on the left wing. Wolford gets the pass in the corner, fires up a three. It's off the mark. Rebound underneath. Tolliver is called for an over the back. And he gives it to Truett McConnell with foul shots coming up. Tolliver comes out. Abigail Peck comes back in. And shots on the way for Truett McConnell as Blair Stewart, the freshman out of Gainesville, Georgia, heads to the line for the 1-and-1. 19 foul against the Rams. Stewart's first shot, hit it. Cuts it back to 10. Rams trying to finish off a season sweep of Truett McConnell, 11 seconds away from doing it. Stewart hits the second foul shot. It's a 9-point game, but with only 11 seconds left. Rams fired into Wolford. Wolford dribbles up across half court. Through the double team, and taken out of her hands. Stewart gets it, gives it up to Haskett. Ball worked down underneath. The layup rolls up and in for Murr to give her 13 points on the night. And then the inbound pass comes in, and the Rams take the win. 62-55. Bluefield finishes off a season sweep of Truett McConnell to improve to 12-15 on the year and 5-9 in the AAC. Truett McConnell drops to 6-10 in the league. Rather 6-18 overall in the year, 2-15 in the AAC this year for the Bears of Truett McConnell. The Rams pick up just their 5th road win of the year. Correction on that, the Rams are actually now 8-10 in the AAC. 8-10, the conference record for Bluefield. A chance still to close in to a 500 or better mark heading into the conference tournament. It's a 7-point win for the Rams tonight. It could have been more. The Bears fought back and closed the gap at the end. The Rams were led in scoring tonight by Jade McDaniel with 17 points. She went 5 of 9 from outside. Second leading scorer, Mariah Mazik, had 14 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in the game tonight. A good game for Mazik and also some limited minutes. Shelby Key had 10 points all in the first half. Leading scorer on the year, Destiny Tolliver, held pretty quiet tonight. Tolliver had 7 points and 6 rebounds, ended up finishing with 4 fouls on the night. 6 points each for Whitney Smith and Abigail Peck. Peck had her 6 points in the first few minutes. She was off to a hot start and then really didn't take any more shots for the rest of the night. Valerie Lebedeva had 2. Playing but not scoring, Tempest Lewis, Stephanie Lambert, Brooke Walford. It finishes as a 7-point win for the Rams. Bluefield fell behind 7-0 to start the game. Ended up going on a 20-2 run to take a 20-9 lead and then never looked back from that point. Bluefield shot 40% from the floor, 22 of 55. Truett McConnell shot 36% from the floor, much better than the 20% that Truett McConnell shot at the Dome earlier this year in a game in which the Bears only made 11 shots from the floor all game long. The Rams made 9 threes in this game and went 9 of 11, a very respectable 82% from the free throw line, and out-rebounded Truett McConnell. Truett McConnell out-rebounded Bluefield 33-31, thanks in large part to 11 offensive rebounds for the Bears. That wraps up tonight's coverage of women's basketball on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield takes down Truett McConnell on the road, 62-55. Men's basketball coming up next. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30 from Cleveland, Georgia. Be sure to tune in on the Rams Digital Sports Network.